What is up, guys? How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the show today, every day. What is up, Ghost? Ghost is Ghost of Merv. What's up, guys? How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? What is up, y'all? How is everybody doing today? It is your boy, Jake, yet again. What's up, y'all? How is everybody doing today? It is the best of the best from Pillar to Post, the great one, Jacob Hudson. The best. Hey, Holyoke, come up. I sent you a link. Check your IG. And John, I'm sending you a link, brother. So tired of my. What's up, Matt? By the way, guys, someone's here. Oh, it's the Holyoke.
Knock, knock, knock.
Joe.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bob and Lost Bun show and from the Holyoke Joe show on Twitch.
From everywhere, all places, all the time.
Yeah, but what is
Except
up?
for
How you
now.
doing? Hey, I just want to say that you're by the way, I've been doing streams and stuff, and that was actually me farting. I made $5 off that fart.
Hell yeah. I put a comment on it. Don't take it the wrong way. I just said it sounded like it was more of a queef, but it's just a joke. So it's
I
a great
know.
fart. It's a great fart. I love farts. I recorded so many farts. You know, you got that part of your phone where you can, the audio part where you can just record voice
Yeah.
recorder. That's what it's called on my phone. It's called voice recorder. And I have a list of all, and I named every fart. I had like a 3-part Olive Garden Alfredo sauce fart session. Unbelievable power, just awesome farts, man. I love farts so much.
Hey, what if we try to get Maria Guatemala in here?
Yeah, she's working,
All
but
right.
if you caught her when she has a break. You can still send her
Yeah.
a link. Send her a link, if you want to. Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt. It's just an invitation. But I know she's at work, so definitely she gets out around 5 usually.
Yeah. But I wanna ask this question. Today is the 20-year. This week is the 20-year anniversary of TNA Impact.
Yep. Last night was the 20th anniversary episode.
2004. They started. The thing is, June something 20. 2002 was the start date of NWA TNA.
That was
This
so
is
much
the
fun.
this was
Remember
the
when
anniversary. This was the anniversary of when they started the
the
show
Impact
TNA
television
Impact
show? Yeah.
on Fox Sports Net, and they went from Fox Sports Net to Spike.
But I'm telling you, that first when TNA first started, it was $9.99 a week to get it on Wednesday night. That was fun. That was unreal. It was something just completely. I couldn't believe how much fun that was.
Yeah,
It's so incredible. Everybody, so all the wrestlers I'd never seen, and some I knew, and then I got an opportunity to go down to Nashville and work down there,
yeah,
and then I worked all over the South. I was on a tour of the South. It was
yeah.
tremendous.
Yeah, and you saw people that you wouldn't see in WWE. You saw AJ Styles. You saw a young AJ Styles.
I
You
walked into the
saw,
locker in the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, which was the whatever they called it, the asylum.
yeah.
I walked into the locker room. I opened the door, and there's AJ sitting there playing games.
Oh no.
That's just my ex girlfriend calling.
Yeah.
She's out of
I
her
want,
mind.
but I want to, Holyoke. I want to ask this question. Do you know who helped get TNA their permits and stuff?
Jerry Jarrett was a big part of it.
No, no, it wasn't Jerry Jarrett. It was Burt Prentice.
Oh, okay.
Burt Prentice. Here's the thing. Burt Prentice was the one that got them the. They piggybacked on his permits.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
They piggybacked on his permits. But the thing is, he was charging. He got a little bit of because he was charging, and they weren't charging fans to come in and watch the show. They
Oh,
weren't charging.
so Burt Prentice wasn't charging, and then when
No,
Jerry
he
Jarrett
was
took
charging.
over,
He was charging money for the fans to come and see the shows. TNA Impact NWA TNA wasn't charging fans to come in. They were doing it for free.
hell yeah,
They were like, and people were like, "Oh, I didn't have to pay to see people like AJ Styles and the big stars, but I'm having to pay to see the small town stars like Rocky Balboa and Dazaloo. I'm just giving fake names to give you thing. But the thing is, it's like people don't understand that wrestling is cutthroat,
sure is, brother. That's
cutthroat
why I look
business.
back. I look back on my career, and I can't believe because you know how some territories work, and then you got different companies. And hey, if you work for this company, then you can't work for that company. And there's a couple top companies. You know, let's just say lower level WWF versus WCW type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But on an indie level, so you got your WWF, you got your WCW. You obviously can't work for both, right? Well, I got to work
Yeah,
for both and every other company around it because I was just that damn good. So where some wrestlers couldn't go there, I could go there as a referee, or I could just work any show anywhere wherever I showed up. Bam, no problem. Grab your gear, and because I was useful and I was talented and I was incredible, and I still am in my brain, even though my legs don't say I can, but I'm still useful to some extent. I can still teach verbally.
yeah. And the thing is like you also have the experience. You said you said the only way that you said the way that you train managers is the same way you train the wrestlers with the bumps.
Everybody, even the referees. If you want to come to the school and you just want to be a referee, you're gonna learn how to take bumps, all the bumps, and you're gonna learn how to wrestle, and then you can go be a referee. It's just how we do it in our wrestling school. I don't know how they do it at all wrestling schools, but I know the way we train. If you're coming to work and you want to be in the wrestling business, you're learning to take the bumps. You know
Yeah,
what I think that's done? I just had an epiphany. I think that's going to weed out the pussies, so to speak. The people that
Yeah.
don't have the heart. The people that just see, because I heard one of the best questions I ever heard asked before. And Bully Ray asked it. I was sitting in the same locker room, and he asked one of the guys there, he goes, "Hey, so why did you want to get into professional wrestling?" And what do you think the guy said? What would be your answer if you were a wrestler and you were on the same show and Bully Ray walks up to you and says, "Hey kid,
Uh,
what made you want to get into professional
uh,
wrestling?"
to make money.
Wow, great answer. Because a lot of other guys, you know the answers. Oh, it's just because I always watched wrestling since I was a kid. I always loved wrestling, and I just thought about, I had a dream. What about if I could become a professional wrestler? And I found a wrestling school next to me, and I went there. Or I just started wrestling in my backyard, and then
You
I
know
got
what?
this.
I'm gonna. Hey, Joe. Sorry, I'm gonna stop you. A lot of companies will never hire you if you say you trained yourself or you worked in a backyard wrestling shows.
Right,
I've seen
exactly.
that.
Except the Hardys can get away with it. They brag about how they train themselves in their own backyard. So,
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I see people. I used to work with a guy by the name of Angelo Thomas Despero, who actually said. By the way, he always said, "Quality over quantity." If you're a mark, you're not smart, and if you're smart, you're not a mark. If you're smart, you're not a mark, and if you're a mark, you're not smart.
all right, well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because there are marks that are smart, and there are smart people that are marks. So it works both ways. Like when I'm thinking of marks, I'm thinking of people in the wrestling crowd that pay their money, that pay lots and lots of money to come and watch wrestlers perform, and they work a day job and they're successful, so they can afford the tickets, and they have children and they have wife, family, and all the things. They buy all the things in the concession and they buy all the merchandise for the
Yeah.
kids. That's a mark. But guess what? That person's not dumb, are they? No. So they're a mark in their spot at the
By
same
the
time.
way, Adam. Oh God, Adam's here.
Adam Two Hands.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That guy's kick
Oh, by
ass.
the way, implemented the new rule. If Joe's on here, if you want to go up there, $50. You drop $50 in the cash over Venmo, and Joe is gone for the show for one show. Here's the thing: it'd be only for one show, Joe. It'll only be for one show, and you'll be back the next time, the next week, the next show.
So I was getting to something really important.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't remember what it was. I was explaining.
You were explaining about Marks.
Oh no, but that was the next topic you brought up. I'm talking about the topic before that. I
Um,
was talking about how people got work and how you could explain. And I asked. Remember, Bully Ray asked the question, "Why do you get into
oh
the
yeah,
business?"
I said I would do it for the
Hey,
money.
exactly. So all the other guys had different answers. Like, I just love wrestling. Oh, I just do it as a hobby. I just do it for something to do on the weekends. These are all the typical answers that guys give, right? And Bully Ray
Yeah,
says, if you don't get into this business to be a millionaire, then you're taking the spot from somebody else who is. So you got to change your thinking. It's a business. It's about money. It's not about fun. It's not about a hobby. It's not about you loved it since you were a kid. You got to be thinking money. I'm
yeah,
in this. It's a business. That's why it's the wrestling business. It's not the wrestling fun. It's not the wrestling hobby. It's the wrestling business. Treat it like it's a business. Look like a wrestler. Train. Eat right. Don't wear a t-shirt when you're wrestling in the ring. There's little idiosyncrasies and little things that that's why I watch wrestling, is so I can tear it apart. I could take one frame of a match and I can completely tear everything apart. I could build it up. I can say it's phenomenal when it's phenomenal. And when it sucks, I can really let you know how much it sucks.
yeah.
Like
I'm gonna
last night,
say
for
this.
example. I want to tell you about something last night. Whenever, just don't let me forget. But you go ahead with what you gotta say.
I just want to say number one is like people are saying, "Oh, fire Nick Wayne, LOL. Who's the highest paid wrestler?" You gotta. Here's the thing: you got wrestlers on the card that are the big name wrestlers. You have Taker, you have Glenn Jacobs, you have all those guys that are coming in. You also have the people that are Hollywood. By the way, Stinky and having. By the way, Noel, you're done. You're you're not coming in my chat. Thank you. Bye bye.
Noel.
Yeah, unfortunately, that she's annoying. But the highest paid wrestler, I think you have these people. I hear Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the highest paid in the NWA and the AWA.
Well,
I
Let's
didn't
let's say
in
he's no name.
WCW. There's a guy. Do you remember Jim Herd?
yeah, he was a big deal in NWA.
Actually in WCW, and here's what. Thank you. Here's what he did. The only reason why he got the job, he was working at a Pizza Hut, and the only reason he got because his wife was friends with one of the executives' wives.
That's hot. Upside down pineapple. Jim Herd. You gotta
Yeah,
herd him in.
Jim Herd wanted to cut Ric Flair's hair. Didn't like Ric Flair.
Do you remember when they were trying to figure out what color to dye Hulk Hogan's hair when he
I
first
don't
came in?
remember that. I didn't remember that.
They were trying to get him to dye because
I also remember. Sorry to interrupt. I also know the story about Hogan. WrestleMania 9. He wanted to turn heel, and Vince didn't want him to turn heel.
WrestleMania 9 was so awesome. Are you kidding me? We got to see Hulk Hogan wrestle twice. We got to see him tag with Brutus, and then we got to see him come back at the end in an unadvertised match out of nowhere, completely unexpected for the World Heavyweight Championship, and defeat the mighty Yokozuna.
Wait a minute. I thought that was. Wait a minute. Was it like 9 or 10?
Oh, it was
Because
WrestleMania
it was
9.
Ultimate Warrior. It was Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, it was WrestleMania 9. It was so incredible.
I thought it was Ultimate Warrior that took the belt.
Ultimate Warrior wasn't even at WrestleMania 9.
I thought it was 10. It was WrestleMania 10.
Ultimate Warrior was at WrestleMania 8. That was huge. But they even had to switch the main events at WrestleMania 8 because it was supposed to be Hogan and Flair. But then they had to do Hogan and Sid. And it sucked. It would have been so much better if it was Hogan and Flair.
Yeah,
that's what we wanted to see.
And here's the problem with and I tell people, and I will say this out loud. Now it's like nobody wants to sell merch. Nobody wants to sell merch at merch tables.
That's because it's too much work. The work that goes into making merch. First, you got to make the design, and then you got to take the design and you got to get it. You got to bring it to a print shop, and then you got to trust that they're gonna. I mean, sometimes you got to go buy the shirts you want and then bring them to the print shop. So I was blessed when I made shirts. I got the best shirts. I got Gildan shirts, top notch, thick, high quality, and the print on there didn't come off in the washer. I still have one somewhere, one left. It is absolutely beautiful.
Hogan and Flair was kind of trash when it happened at the time, at least. And the thing is, it's like so many wrestlers that now, like, you have so many people now, like, you have, you back in the day, they were running, they did all this stuff, but what about all the things that's happened in the past with other, what about, was you there when Hardy showed up high as a kite at
You couldn't even stand. Hell yeah, that's fun.
I actually remember watching it on tape delay, and that's how bad
that was the
it
time he was. Was that the one he was supposed to wrestle Sting?
Yeah,
That was a great match. What a great match.
I
But
also here's the
didn't
thing.
they
Hold
send?
on.
Hey,
I have a
let me ask you
clip.
this: did they send somebody down to really have a match with Sting?
Uh,
Or they didn't just
actually,
show the
Eric
show there, right?
Bischoff came out. Eric Bischoff came out
Uh
and said they had to short the match up.
huh. So they ended a show like that.
Yeah.
I was just watching a show recently where somebody got hurt in the main event, but they ended up, it was on NXT actually. One of the girls got hurt in the main event. So they sent another girl out and they ended up having a full match and taking the show back to the time it needed to go off the air.
All right.
But I can't
I
believe
got a
it.
little something for you.
Oh, I love things.
I want to show you something. This is actually. Keep talking, please.
Of course. I got a lot to say. I
Because
got
I
cut
gotta
off like
find this.
7 times. So I got 7 unfinished stories.
All
So
right,
let
I
me
gotta
figure out
find
which one
this
I want to
clip.
finish.
I gotta find a clip. It
The roach
actually
clip?
no, I'm gonna tell you about this clip. I found this. I actually there's a podcast over on there's a podcast on Twitch that has not Robbie but the other Roy McAllister.
Oh, yeah. He sucks.
Yeah,
He sucks. I can't stand him. Maybe he's got a great podcast, but as a wrestler, he sucks. Who was his shitty tag team partner? I can't remember.
it was Robbie McAllister.
Oh, God, it's even worse. Oh, because they're the McAllister brothers.
They were also known as the Highlanders.
Yeah, that's a terrible. Ugh. It's just me, you know what I mean? It's just my own. He could be the best guy ever. I just hate the gimmick. I hate the man. That's when you have to separate the art from the artist. Does that make sense? Just like people might hate Jake Hudson, right? Or Jake Huston, even. Or they might say mean things, but at the end of the day, you know that's not your real name.
All right.
So who do they
Are
hate?
you ready to watch it? You ready for this? Here we go.
TNA Highlander incident. Oh, everybody does. Let's put this. Let's put this where it's supposed to be. Fucking Robbie is the most over segment in TNA history. He was on TV for 10 seconds, and 15 years later, they're still talking about it. It's amazing. Good for him. We're going to make a shirt. TA's most over per second.
Wow. That's incredible.
That was Rory talking about it. Luckily, I had it on. Luckily, I had it on the clips. I transferred all of my clips and stuff to a 2 terabyte drive so I can get it done.
You know what you're doing. I wish I did.
Yeah, what I want to say is number one, don't try to be the best in the world unless you are saying you're the best in the world.
Well, you know what's incredible? I really got to put you over for those shorts you make. There was one that came out, I think it was yesterday or the day before. And if you listen to it, you can literally listen to it on a loop. And it just sounds like a repeating story. Like the end feeds into the back to the beginning, and you can listen to it over and over. And it's like it asks a question and answers a question, and asks a question and answers. Absolutely amazing. I don't know if you did it on purpose or not, or if it just fell right into your lap, perfection style. But it was one of the coolest shorts I've ever seen.
What, the popcorn one?
I don't know which one it was, but I'll tell you this: it was awesome. And the way you name the shorts too, all the effort that goes into the clever wording,
Yeah,
next level.
I do that as a. Here's the thing: when I make the shorts and stuff, if I make it through StreamYard, I always put a title on it.
The titles you come up with are phenomenal.
Yeah, and also here's what I would like. I want to ask this question is now they're selling their gimmick titles. You know, they're like their universal title. I heard they're selling it for $500.
You know what? I've never bought one. I've never bought one single one of those titles. And I see everybody's got at least one. You know, do you have one?
I don't have one.
Any kind of replica? No.
I had them, and then I had the toy titles. I had like the $10 ones you buy at
Oh,
Walmart.
yeah, yeah. We've all had those. I'm talking about a couple $100. Even
I
if it's
don't
a
have a couple
replica,
hundred bucks.
the winged eagle, or even an old WCW belt with the
I had
NWO
the Wing Eagle toy belt. I had the Wing Eagle toy belt before.
Yeah, I won that for real in a match with one of my friends. We were down in the basement. We were pretending to wrestle, and
Yeah.
he had me pretty much, and he was going to keep his title because he was a champion. He got up on the dryer, and he stood up, and listen. He hit his head on the ceiling, and he fell off the dryer. I rolled him up. I counted the pin 1, 2, 3. I snatched that winged eagle belt right out of his wherever it was, and I ran out of his house, and I ran all the way home, and I was the champion. Yeah, and I kept that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It was dope.
I
And he
want
got
to
me
say
back.
that
Tell me, I can't wait to hear it.
I just want to say that I don't. I would love to have my own title called YouTube, the Internet Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
But
Well,
and by the way, it's not about who you wrestle. Tiffany
it
Stratton.
really, it really is. I'm dead ass when I say you could be the best wrestler in the world, but if you got a shitty opponent, then it's going to be hard to pull off a match. This was something I was going to say before, but I got cut off. Hopefully, I can get it out now. So everybody was excited that Jordan Grace was defending her title last night on TNA and then wrestling on Sunday for the title in NXT. So last night she was defending her title, and as she went into the finish, she went to give this girl a power bomb, but Jordan wanted to tease the power bomb, but this girl was just ready to take it on the first one. So she jumped up like she was going to take it, and then she fell right on top of her head. And I'm like, oh my God. So then Jordan gets her again, and once again, Jordan wants to tease it. This girl jumps up again and lands back on her head. I'm like, oh my God. Finally, Jordan just picked her up, didn't tease nothing, jacked her up for a power bomb, slammed her down so hard again on top of her head, picked her back up, and then gave her Grace Driver, the Jordan Grace Driver gimmick to finish. Oh my God. And guess where she landed? Right on top of her head for the finish. I'm like, holy cow, like this is the match that everybody was so excited about last night. This was the marquee match. We get to talk about NXT. We get to talk about our TNA World's Women's Champion going and wrestling over in NXT. Like, this is the best. But you know what's going to happen? I'll give you an insight. So Jordan Grace is going to have open, whatever they call it, open challenge on the next time TNA has TV. And obviously, we know who's going to come over and somebody from NXT. Does that make sense? Because there's no way WWF is going to give TNA all this promotion and not get nothing out of it. So they're going to send some of their people over there. I won't be surprised if they don't try to gobble it up and just buy it. Buy it. Yo, imagine that. If they bought TNA, they'd be buying all 22 years of all that tape, all those archives, everything. Then the WWF would pretty much own almost everything, except for Ring of Honor. They wouldn't be able to have Ring of Honor yet, because Tony still's got that for now. But I mean, eventually, if they wanted to, they could gobble up everything. They have enough money. They have enough money to gobble up, pay off Tony, take AEW, take
OVW. They could take OVW back.
Yeah.
OVW is actually is the reason why we got John Cena, Batista, Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry, Big Show.
And I'll tell you something about up here.
Right.
Have you ever heard of Chaotic Wrestling?
No.
So there's a company up here in Boston called Chaotic Wrestling, and it's a bunch of Killer Kowalski students. And my mouth is dry as hell, so I need to take a sip of my soda. But that's where Hunter Helmsley trained. That's where China came out of. They all came out of Kowalski's school. So WWF ended up having a working relationship with Chaotic, so much so that the John Cena, not his father, the John Cena showed up as a total surprise on a chaotic wrestling show. That was phenomenal. Vince showed up, dude. Vince McMahon himself showed up at a chaotic wrestling show. And then when WWF came to Boston, Worcester, Providence, Rhode Island, what they would do is they would pay these guys to do the side stuff, do jobs in the ring or dress up as a whatever for who's ever entrance, Remember when that guy used to come down with the whole conga line? The Spanish guy with the big poofy hair? He was real happy, and everybody would come down, and one dresses a hot dog, and another one dresses I gotta take a sip, dude.
By the way, you're talking about Adam Rose, who is now a girl?
Oh, yeah? How's he look? He's got the rosebuds, right? That's who they were?
Hey, I know someone's here. Who is here? It is...
There was a Spanish guy, too, with an afro.
Sorry,
I wonder if Alexa knows.
Hey, Alexa. Who's the wrestler that came down with a conga line?
Came down the conga line. It was accompanied by
Ric Flair came down with the conga line. Alexa, stop.
It was yes, way Jose or no way Jose.
Oh yeah, no way Jose, no way Jose, no way Jose. Even I think Braun Strowman had to do something stupid like that at some point.
That's.
I mean, that's.
Hey, by the way, I want to say that I'm actually want to end soon. So
I can't hear you.
All right, we're ending. Bye, guys.
Whoa,
Hold.
easy.
Can't end yet because I didn't set up a raid yet.
Oh, Rizade. Like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
And now we're
lightning bolts.
Bye.